Hey, Beth. What is that? Somebody hit the World Trade Center or
the Trade Center.
The World Trade Center.
Two airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
September 11th, 2001 is a day etched into history, forever changing the world. But how did this tragic attack unfold? How did 19 terrorists manage to hijack 4 planes, bringing chaos and devastation? Today, we're diving deep into the step-by-step plan behind the 9/11 attacks. To understand how the attack happened, we must first look at the masterminds. Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden, had been plotting against the United States for years. In 1998, bin Laden declared jihad on America, and 9/11 became the execution of that plan. Osama bin Laden was background and motive of 9/11 attack. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed was the primary architect of the 9/11 attacks. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed proposed the idea of using commercial aircraft as weapons. The plan was not an overnight decision. In fact, the planning started as early as 1996, evolving over time as Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and Al-Qaeda operatives refined their strategies. The ultimate goal, strike symbols of American economic plan, was refined to focus on 4 primary targets: the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and either the U.S. Capitol or the White House. The next step was selecting and training the hijackers. 19 men were carefully chosen in late 2000 or early 2001. They were chosen by bin Laden and Al-Qaeda's military wing due to their extensive knowledge of Western culture and language skills, increasing the mission's operational security and its chances for success. Most of them were from Saudi Arabia, with the exception of Fayez Bani Hamid, who was from the United Arab Emirates. But all shared a radicalized ideology: the recruitment of hijackers, focusing on their personal journeys and process through which a person comes to support. And all this hijackers trained in Al-Qaeda camps in Afghanistan. To carry out the plan, the hijackers needed to learn how to fly commercial jets. Over the course of years, they trained at flight schools in the US, blending in as ordinary students. Nobody suspected their true intentions. 3 hijacker pilots, Mohammed Atta, Marwan al-Shehi, and Ziad Jarrah, in mid-2000 to undertake flight training at Huffman Aviation Flight Training School in Venice, Florida. The months leading up to the attack were filled with meticulous preparation. The hijackers lived seemingly normal lives, renting apartments, purchasing airline tickets, and coordinating their travel. Hijackers lived in the US, leading seemingly ordinary lives. Hijackers also communicated secretly with Al-Qaeda leadership using code words. The role of the muscle hijackers were assigned to control the passenger's crew and kill the pilot. In the summer of 2001, the team began their final preparations. They booked their flights, practicing boarding procedures and checking security protocols. September 11th, 2001 began like any other day. Clear skies, bustling airports, and no one had any idea what was about to unfold. At 7:59 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 took off from Boston Logan Airport, headed for Los Angeles. On board were 5 hijackers, including Mohammed Atta, the operational leader. 15 minutes later, United Airlines Flight 175 also took off, followed by American Airlines Flight 77 from Washington Dulles and United Airlines Flight 93 from Newark. At 8:14 a.m., the first sign of trouble emerged. Flight 11 was hijacked. Mohammed Atta took control of the cockpit, rerouting the plane toward New York City. By 8:46 a.m., Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center. The world was in shock, but the horror was just beginning. At 9:03 a.m., United Airlines Flight 175 slammed into the South Tower. The coordinated attacks were now unmistakable. Meanwhile, at 9:37 a.m., American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the Pentagon, striking the heart of the U.S. military. The devastation was massive. The final plane, United Airlines Flight 93, was heading toward Washington, D.C., likely targeting the White House or the U.S. Capitol. But something remarkable happened. The passengers, who had learned of the earlier attacks through phone calls, fought back. In a heroic struggle, they forced the hijackers to crash the plane into a field in Pennsylvania at 10:03 a.m. At 9:59 a.m., the South Tower of the World Trade Center collapsed, followed by the North Tower at 10:28 a.m. In just 102 minutes, the skyline of New York was forever changed, and nearly 3,000 lives were lost. The immediate aftermath was chaotic. First responders worked tirelessly at Ground Zero, searching for survivors and recovering bodies. The world watched in disbelief as the enormity of the attack sank in. The attacks on September 11th triggered a global response. The U.S. launched the war on terror, leading to the invasion of Afghanistan, where the Taliban had been harboring al-Qaeda operatives. The attacks reshaped U.S. foreign policy, national security, and even air travel forever. In the years that followed, the U.S. government launched a thorough investigation. The 9/11 Commission was created to determine how the attack happened and how future ones could be prevented. Breakdown of the 9/11 Commission report findings. Examination of intelligence failures that led to the attacks. How security measures, like the creation of the Department of Homeland Security and TSA, were changed forever. The legacy of 9/11 continues to shape the world. Memorials were built to honor the lives lost, and the Freedom Tower now stands tall where the Twin Towers once stood. The resilience of the human spirit, the bravery of first responders, and the global unity in the wake of the attack continue to inspire hope. Though the 9/11 attacks brought unimaginable pain and loss, they also revealed the strength and solidarity of people worldwide. Never forget the lessons of that day, and always honor those who were lost. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into history's pivotal moments, and leave a comment on how this event has impacted you or your country.